Welcome to True Heel Heat, the place where we use insider terms because we think we know what the fuck we're talking about, even though we don't. My name's Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it.
Yes, that's what I want. I'm calling it now.
You should have Will Smith do the intro because that's the only rap music Keith heard.
What? Really? Now this? He likes to get jiggy with it.
I know he's Asian. That's not the fucking point. God damn it. I'm speaking tongues here.
I love this comment too. Sometimes when watching Dynamite, I hear Jimmy's voice in my head calling out Tony Khan.
Thank you. He gets it. He's the fucking owner of the company. He's a cunt and he's a fucking publicity hound. That is the point. He's actually Asian. Did you know? Yes. Look at his face. Yes. I can tell. Thank you. I don't even get it. I don't even get what he's thinking. Outside of fucking busy writing his fucking I am Asian speech. Shut up. I just
wait, what?
Celebrate heritage and I love. No, you don't. Would you stop? You care about money. Would you fuck all the way off? Part of me doesn't like this for like Martin Luther King reasons, but part of me fucking I'm just saying.
Hoping better next week.
Next week? You're not getting nothing next week. You're not getting nothing for the rest of Rose's title reign. That's how this works. It's fucking Tony Khan sitting there right now, like fucking these two veggies fucked it up. No more. No mas even.
They didn't get enough time, and the crowd really wasn't invested in this one.
I said earlier, if you've seen Goodfellas, Tommy thinks it's going to be made, and he comes in and he gets fucking shot in the back of the fucking head. Spoilers for a 30-year-old movie.
They're right in line with what we thought about this show. So
whoever gave it a 9 should be shot on the spot.
Fair. Wait, what? Shot on the spot?
Oh no! Am I wrong?
We will not be shooting anyone on this show, and we will not promote that. It's Thursday. You know what that means. Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for another edition of the most honest and unfiltered AEW Dynamite review on YouTube, AEWramble, episode 42. Leave Martha alone. I am here with the man of 43, close on 44, 1,000 subscribers, the man you go for your TV and movie reactions and reviews, and the man you go for the most honest criticisms of Tony Khan that are definitely unfiltered and uncensored. He is Jimmy Macram.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm gonna keep it clean. I mean, like under like 10. I'm just keeping my expectations low. Under 10. I promise.
That is fair. That is a fair expectation that I think you might make, because what we had was a vast improvement over last week. I think all the disclaimers came due to AEW giving us our lowest rated show overall between the two of us and between the chat. Our lowest
Oh.
rating for an AEW Dynamite and the lowest rating TV-wise, viewer-wise of the year, 833,000 viewers. It was the lowest since May of 2021 and the lowest for us since last year as well. So
what was the Punk episode? Was that 1.4? When Punk made his Dynamite debut?
I think it was like 1.2, 1.3.
And now it's 800-something thousand. Okay.
It's going against the NBA playoffs. You know, all the excuses that
wrestling
usually come out.
should be on TV when wrestling's on. Would that work?
Nothing else should be on TV because we got to watch professional wrestling. But you guys are all here for the AEW Dynamite review as per usual, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, True Hill Heat YouTube channel. But we want you to show your appreciation just like we appreciate all of you watching by dropping the thumbs up on this video, sharing this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, this AEWramble review wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for the interaction that we have with the viewers watching us live. So leave us your thoughts on AEW Dynamite in the live chat. Your super chat donations are always appreciated and it helps out the channel so much. We are a self-funded channel. We aren't one of the largest wrestling channels, but we are the ones that connect with you guys the most. So we try to highlight as many of your comments as possible, but your super chat donations will make sure that we get to your comment first and highlight it on screen. So Alan Weinstein's got the idea, one of our Patreon backers who we appreciate so much. He says he sends us a super chat donation. Thank you so much for that one. He says, so I don't want to wait for the Hook segment because I am pissed. I am so mad they have put Hook with Danhausen. Hook is an intense, serious beast, and Danhausen is a joke. It makes Hook look like a joke.
I agree, I guess. I mean, it did make Hook look great. In fact, you kind of realize how small Hook is when he comes to wrestle Danhausen. Fucking save Danhausen. Because he came out in that sweatshirt, like he's wearing his boyfriend's sweatshirt. It just looked weird. It just is a weird visual. I agree. He should look like a badass. He does on Rampage whenever he comes out to fuck somebody up. But he didn't here. Can we just be honest? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
As a patron saint of the Hooker Nation, of the patron saint of all the hookers, I have to say, you guys are dead wrong. Hookhausen is the best thing going in professional wrestling today. I will not hear any Hookhausen slander on this show, and that's why we got to highlight you, my boy Blue, with a super chat donation. Thank you so much for that one, Blue. We always appreciate that. You and Alan Weinstein, Vala B, usually are bigger supporters with these super chats. You don't know how much we appreciate it and how much it goes forward to everyone who contributes to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. But he says, fuck yeah, Hookhausen. Simple, to the point. I am with you, Blue. Me and you are here. You're with Weinstein. You, Weinstein, the other Weinstein from Entourage. You're with all of them right now.
I don't mind the Hookhausen stuff because I get to see Hook and he's fun, and Hookhausen is great in this role. I did not expect that at all. That was fantastic. I'd like to see more of that, please. More knees, please. That was great.
I love the running knees. That was. We'll get to that matchup. We're gonna get to everything that went down on Dynamite. Keep those super chat donations coming. Keep those comments going in the live chat. We got a couple of laughs from our clips from last week. Great stuff. I told Jimmy that was Jimmy's first time watching it. Did you enjoy the little Goodfellas insertion by Romeo?
Was great. I'm always here for it. No. Yeah.
Kamar and Annika love that opening there. We got Blue who wasn't with us last week. He said, so this is what I missed last week. You can't miss an episode.
I'm gonna be very clean this week. You gotta keep it clean.
He set the bar high, ladies and gentlemen. Well, he went down a little bit because you were at 13 the last 2 weeks before that.
A couple cheap ones too. I didn't earn all those.
I missed stuff. You see, CM is like the counter, the official counter in the live chat, and she told me I missed some stuff that I should have gave you. And she says she's got a lower number for you. See, she believes in you. She says I think it'll only be 7 today.
That's less than that. Yes. Yes.
Andrew saying phenomenal SP3 disclaimer Jimmy, let's go. And EBB says, hey yeah everyone, I'm going for 13 Jimmy interventions today.
Jesus. No faith at all. Yeah, all right. Fair enough.
And then Pastor Cody calling out your title here, I guess. He says, thank you. It's so stupid how and why people are going at Martha.
We're clearly going to disagree on this because that's not why I named the title that. I didn't know people were going at Martha. I named it because they kept showing her on the fucking TV. Get her out of here. She's trying to
she really wasn't ready. Like, this is her first time probably at a wrestling event in like what, 25 years or so.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch the show, and every 12 seconds you put the fucking camera in my face and go, hey, I'm supposed to make a face. Ugh.
Oh, well, let's get into this show, which was really all about the Owen Hart Memorial, the Owen Hart Foundation Men's and Women's Tournament. This episode, the May 11, 2022 episode of AEW Dynamite, took place in Long Island, New York. As per usual, Jimmy, I'll ask you, what did you think about the fans on this night, which I thought was a vast improvement over Baltimore last week?
I think this crowd was the same, except they got a good show. So they reacted appropriately. And last week got a shit show. So they were kind of sitting on their hands. I don't know what you want from me. I'm claiming I'm taking up for wrestling fans, but yes, I'm taking up for them. It's not your fault. Was it Baltimore? It's not your fault. You did what you were supposed to do.
Backstage before the show, your favorite Tony Khan was there with Owen Hart's family. You got Dr. Martha Hart, his kids, all there with Tony Khan posing for a picture. I don't know if this means that the Hart family is going to be there every week while the tournament is going on. We know they're going to be there in Las Vegas for the finals, but a nice little picture, seeing them a little bit more happy than the last time we saw them on the Dark Side of the Ring episode.
Tony Khan was in the picture, I assume, right?
Huh?
Sure, he had his cameras back there. I'm sure he fucking took plenty of fucking pictures. Anytime something comes up, he'll be able to throw the picture up. But look. Ugh.
I helped the Hart family. I helped them.
I did.
I helped them. I helped them get back to professional wrestling. And we
idiots fall for it. He's a nice billionaire, right? All those nice billionaires walking around, fucking idiot. Ugh.
We kick things off with the first Owen Hart Foundation Men's Tournament quarterfinals matchup, as it was Adam Cole, baby, versus Dax Hardwood. In the quarterfinal matchup, we did see Dr. Martha Hart in the crowd. She was ready for this one. There was a couple of more times throughout the night where she just wasn't ready to be on camera. She's just trying to watch the show.
Watch the show. She may be digging her nose. Like, leave her alone. Jesus.
What I want to say, this opening matchup, I absolutely adored. I love this match. Like, first you got Cole, who's cocky as per usual, shoves Dax in the face early. However, when Cole does the bay, Hardwood chops him hard. Hardwood goes for the sharpshooter early, but Cole kicks out of it. After trading pin attempts, Cole throws Hardwood under the bottom rope, ribs first into the ring post, which really becomes the story of the matchup. And Dax is just so great at selling. He's the little things he does so well. He sold the ribs brilliantly. Back from break, Cole throws Dax sternum first into the turnbuckle, shades of Bret Hart. You got to get those Bret Hart tributes whenever Dax is in a singles match, of course. Hardwood reverses a forearm into the rolling German suplexes. He hits two, but Cole gets one of his own and holds on. However, Dax reverses again and hits a release German suplex. Dax fakes the diving headbutt, jumps down from the top rope, and hits the slingshot powerbomb for a near fall. Cole hits the brainbuster on the knee, and then this troll starts tuning up the band like he was Shawn Michaels, his idol. So it was like 2022 Shawn Michaels versus 2022 and bald Bret the Hitman Hart. But Dax ducks and hits a crossbody for two. Hardwood tries another, but Cole catches him in midair with a super kick. Dax crucifix Cole on the kick out for a near fall of his own. Hardwood catches Cole on the Panorama Sunrise. He goes for the sharpshooter, but Cole up kicks out of it. Another Panama Sunrise attempt is reversed into a power driver for another great near fall. Another famous move of Bret the Hitman Hart there. And Dax then finally finally, after multiple attempts throughout the matchup, he applies the sharpshooter. Excellence of execution there. Excellent execution while selling the ribs at the same time, but he can't sit down fully on the sharpshooter due to the injured ribs, so he has to release the hold. Cole then knocks Hardwood off the apron to the floor. He hits the floor very hard on the ribs once again. Dax gets in the ring before the 10 count. That was a nice fake out of the count out right there. And then Cole applies a sharpshooter of his own after spitting in Dax's face. Hardwood tries to hold on. They show the Hart family like rooting for Dax throughout this one. Hardwood doesn't want to quit. He even tells the referee, don't ring the bell, but he has to tap out due to the injured ribs. Superb opener with a great finish that once again, without overdoing the low blow finishes, which kind of are the theme of these Adam Cole singles matches, they got heat on Adam Cole with the finish again. Because I said that before with the Adam Cole finishes, he usually has to do a low blow, get a distraction from one of the Undisputed Elite, and that's how he gets his heat after getting the big pop on his entrance and the Bay. But this was just brilliant, having the son, the kid of Shawn Michaels, make the kid of Bret the Hitman Hart tap out to the sharpshooter. And this match, once again, we say it every single time he's in a singles match, Dax Hardwood, how good is he, Jimmy? What did you think about this match? What did you think about Dax's performance?
How long do you need to watch somebody before you could tell whether or not they're like good or great? What would you say? A year?
I think a year, and we're on pretty much a year of us seeing these Dax singles matches, and every single time it is one, I just have to like gush at how good this man is on his own. Like, I love FTR as a team. I conceded a couple of weeks back when they defeated the Young Bucks on Dynamite a month ago. I said that they are the best tag team in the world, but like he continues to make me think he has a singles run in him.
This match is all I need to see. Dax is better than Adam Cole. I don't need to see. That's what I was going to ask. You need to see the entire body. Do I though? But like, do I though? Can I just watch the last year to decide? I have. Dax is top 5. Dax is splendid. I'm talking about right now in AEW. I don't watch WWE, so I can't comment. Dax is top 5. He's such a great fucking wrestler. He's great at selling. And the story was splendid. I love this match. I will say this about Adam Cole, who I've never been a big fan of. By never, I mean 6 months, 7 months.
He's been with the company like 9 months now.
Really?
He came in September.
Wow,
so like 9 months. Will you stop? Yeah. He's gonna win this tournament just to get the heat. He needs to win this tournament
and carry that stupid trophy around. I think it's stupid. I haven't seen it yet, but all wrestling trophies look awful. I'm sorry, I haven't seen one cool looking wrestling trophy. This to me is the only match Adam Cole's ever looked like a star in. He looked like a star twice to me. When he showed up, I was like, holy shit, that guy looks like a star. Then he got in the ring. I'm like, wow, he's just as small as the rest of them. And and here he looked like a goddamn star. Dax did his job. To me, that's his best match not involving Hangman. Like that, split all of that. Do that for the rest of the tournament. Have him win it, and then I guess I'll face Joe and it'd be great. I'm here for it.
I don't know anymore. I don't know how I feel. We'll talk about that when we get to, Joe had a quick little promo and vignette during the show, but I don't know if I think it's going to be Cole versus Joe anymore. I know I said that last week, but I might have changed my mind over the last week.
I think it's the Joker because none of the rest of those bums are going to win.
Absolutely. I think it is the Joker. We got a super chat donation here from EBB. Thank you so much, EBB. Always one of our big fans in the live chat and with these super chats during AEWramble, and we appreciate you so much for that. He says, Swerve, Lee, Starks, and Hobbs have been killing it the past month. One of the best parts of AEW. Great to see them be set up for the pay-per-view. Hobbs' improvement since debuting last September is great. Well, he debuted in like 2020, actually, during like the pandemic, but I would say, over the past year, Hobbs has improved a lot, and we're going to get into that matchup and talk more about your super chat donation when we talk about Starks versus Jungle Boy later on in the show. But you're a big fan of Hobbs yourself, right, Jimmy?
Oh my God, Hobbs is brilliant, and I gotta be honest. After what they did tonight, I I gotta give Dummy credit. This hasn't been brilliantly set up. It's not a fucking Batista fucking Triple H storyline, but it has been kind of smooth storytelling throughout, and it's led to the pay-per-view without kind of what do you call that? Telegraphing where they were going with it. I liked it.
Speaking of Batista Triple H, I want to say what we would see later on this show is the best contract signing since Batista and Triple H.
God.
It is. It was.
You can't help but jump out the window of MJF.
I always do.
Window.
I always
He gave that fucking I'm a Jewish speech. You were like, he's gonna be a better babyface than a heel. What? Jump right out the window, and now contract signing.
You saw it last
right
night.
Out the window. Jesus.
He was the king of Long Island. Oh my God! Will you stop it? Will you stop it?
MJF, but Jesus.
Alan Weinstein says Cole versus Dax match of the night. We got Annika who says, I didn't want Dax to lose in the first round, but I am all for HBK Cole winning this whole damn tournament. Yes, it's still keep doing the Shawn Michaels moves and teases. I love it. In a Hart family tournament, that's like the biggest heel stuff you could do in a Hart family tournament. I swear. We got EBB who says, I love this, especially because it wasn't the usual Cole match. First match of his. I've enjoyed his performance for a while. Wonderful finish. Where does this leave FTR? Will they be off Double or Nothing? Which is an interesting question now with, Dax losing in the first round, in the quarterfinals here, Cash losing, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be in that tag team title picture that EBB mentioned in the super chat here. So what do you think the direction is going to be for FTR going into Double or Nothing?
They're still hot right now. Even Dax going out got a huge problem, which is just jarring. I don't know why. It's happened a few times in a row now. I'm not sure why it still shocks me every time. But Luchasaurus and company will retain the pay-per-view, and then fucking FTR should take the belts off them, I would imagine. I don't think this is too much of a big deal. But this is not a Cole usual match. I guess I agree with that. That's probably why I liked it so much. Yeah,
I think Dax, this was kind of more of Dax's type of match than Cole's type of match. Cole's type of match is the big moves. It's more big moves, less storytelling, and
Agreed.
Dax is more storytelling, more slowed down, and everything matters.
His is more storytelling. The other one is more big moves. So one is good, and the other one isn't. Imagine if you turn on a TV show and it was just a bunch of explosions, and you were like, "Oh shit, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I like explosions." Oh, okay.
Hey, people enjoy Michael Bay movies.
I know they do. That doesn't mean they're not terrible.
Romeo says Shawn Michaels' kid versus Bret Hart's kid. The right kid won.
Fair enough.
There you go. And ABV suggesting maybe the tag title match could be a fatal four-way at the pay-per-view. I would like that only because it would make it different from Revolution. Revolution, it was Jurassic Express, Red Dragon, and the Young Bucks. And, it was clearly obvious that they inserted Jurassic Express in someone else's feud and story. Yes. And this is once again a kind of a similar thing. If they do the three-way that they teased on this show, it's just inserting the tag champions in someone else's story. At least if you throw FTR in there, there's a little bit more mystery of who's going to win. And there's more drama involved with the four-way and makes it different than what we've seen at Revolution.
I would not be mad at that at all. Fatal four-way, as long as FTR wins. I can't have them losing three.
I mean, like I said, we're going to talk about Jungle Boy and Ricky Starks, but the thing we've been talking about, what feels like for a year now, it seems like we're getting closer to it with the seeds being sowed there. Negro Buck says Dax the Axe putting on another clinic.
Top 5 Dax.
Top 5 Dax. There you go. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. EB also saying his slingshot powerbomb is one of my favorite moves. He plants them down hard. God damn. Yes, it's very crisp and vicious in a way. Yes. That was like very good. And Pastor Cody making a good point. That was one of the best count out spots I've seen. That's the best count out spot I've seen in AEW. Like near count out loss. That was one of the best.
I guess, but they all stink. Sorry. That one stunk too. I wish we got counted out. I was like, oh, I've never seen that before. That was kind of cool. Then he fucking sprung to life. Like, oh, shut up. Ugh.
Max, like, will you stop? Next we had a video package hyping up the main event of Darby Allin versus Jeff Hardy. I know, like every time they do this, it's so rare, and out of nowhere, I'm just like, damn, Tony kind of came across YouTube channel, True Hill Heat YouTube channel, and watch AEWramble, because we complain about this every week, especially last week with the main event of Mercedes and Deanna. But we get the video package here for Darby and Jeff Hardy, and Darby makes a good point. He says no one wants to watch them exchange headlocks after we saw that opening match. He's like, don't expect that from us. He says they are basically stuntmen. So Darby asks for the rules to be waived and let them loose, which I was all for. With any comments on this video package other than being happy that they did it to hype up the main event?
Yes, nobody wants to see Jeff Hardy in a wrestling match ever. Sorry, it is what it is. Really? You think we're fucking worried about Darby? We've seen Darby have a great match. When the last time Jeff Hardy had a straight up good wrestling match? Oh.
This show. Not a straight up wrestling match, but it wasn't really good. Really good. Great.
Yes, I do like a good car crash. I get to see it.
Especially because we saw the opener. If you wanted pure wrestling, watch the opener. If you wanted something completely different, watch the main event.
Great. And I'm glad it was the main event because it didn't shit on the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Like it would have if it was open and show, let's say.
Absolutely.
And the internal logic of it, I do like it because you would imagine Jeff would not be against the idea of this. So it works. I don't want Darby just randomly throwing this out against MJF for fucking Jack. So that'd be silly.
Yeah. We got the Impractical Jokers are in the front row.
Ooh! I told you every day, a little more like the E. Never forget it. You'll be like, what happened? Told you.
That was an E moment. Then Hangman Page makes his entrance to join commentary, and then we get the entrance of CM Punk back in Long Island after his heel moment. His only heel moment in AEW was in front of the Long Island fans. He looks like he's trying to pander to them at first as he comes out with an Islanders jersey, but he comes out with a Tavares Islanders jersey, and Tavares went to the Toronto Maple Leafs, which pissed off the Long Island fans even more. So CM Punk is making his entrance. He has the music cut so he can hear the deafening boos, and I just love, you can just tell the joy on CM Punk's face to be a heel in one place on this company. So he placed the heel early on in this matchup against hometown boy John Silver. He goes to the floor a few times in the early going here. Silver comes out hot and batters Punk with strikes. Punk gets control just before the break, but misses a corner attack to give Silver the opening for his comeback with a 3-kick combo into a brainbuster for a near fall. Silver stumbles on the second rope, but he catches himself and catches Punk with a tornado DDT for a 2 count. He goes for the spin doctor, but Punk blocks and hits a roundhouse kick. He follows with the rising knee strike and a short arm lariat before taunting Johnny Hungee with the same pose that Hungee always does. He then hits a running heel kick, and then he gets on the apron. He stares at Hangman Adam Page on commentary, and then this motherfucker hits a fucking buckshot lariat. The worst looking buckshot lariat possible. Oh my God. I loved it so much, though. I thought that this was a really good match with back-to-back just awesome finishers to get heat on people. Just brilliant stuff. And if you thought the match was good, man, the post-match was even better. Hangman Adam Page is pissed off of Punk using his finisher, so he storms to the ring. Punk gets on the mic, and he says, it sounded like last week that Page was taking things personally. And Punk says he doesn't know. He doesn't know why he's taking it personally. He doesn't know why these people don't like him. Punk says when it comes to this matchup at Double or Nothing, it's business. And then he takes us back to his promo against MJF after the aforementioned, getting picked on as a Jew MJF promo one week. We got Punk the following week where he said the same line that he said here. He wakes up every morning and he looks at himself in the mirror and he says, am I the good guy? But he used to do that. Now today he woke up and he looked himself in the mirror and he asked himself, am I the champion? And he says, yes, I am. And he says that at Double or Nothing, Hangman Adam Page will shake his hand, whether he's conscious or unconscious, and he knows he's upset that he just beat his boy, but he's gonna extend his hand, which just like MJF extended his hand to Punk at the beginning of their feud, but Page responds with a big fat middle finger to the face. My God, this was brilliant. This is brilliant. And like, there was a gap between MJF and Wardlow and every other feud going into Double or Nothing. But Punk and Hangman Page over the last 2 weeks, they've made the gap smaller. There's still a gap between everybody else in that feud. But Hangman and Punk have made me even more interested in this match, in this feud over the last 2 weeks. What did you think about the match with Silver and Punk and then the post-match with Punk and Page?
Listen, CM Punk is in my top 15 ever. Like, I love CM Punk. I love everything he does. But we do need to start having discussions about whether or not he is the most unathletic, not fat wrestler of all time. It is shocking to watch him do anything that involves any athleticism. Like, Page is a good athlete. You can just see it. He's a good athlete. And to see Punk do one of his moves and look so uncoordinated. It is. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying you're a wrestler. You've done this for a lot of years. It's not overly complicated for somebody like you. And to see it look that terrible was shocking to me. Why do you think he could be an MMA fighter? He has no athletic qualities of any kind. This shit is shocking. That said, the match was fine. It was what it was. I'm ready for Dark Order to be over with. They continue to lose momentum and people by the day. Just get rid of it. Let's move on. We keep Hungy, we keep 10, and we keep Anna Jay, I guess, even though she's just so fucking, speaking of uncharismatic. Oh.
Will you stop? Anna Jay. Leave Anna Jay alone. You talking about leave Martha alone. Leave Anna Jay alone. Will you stop?
I'm sorry. She's very pretty. How's that?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
You guys have your favorites, clearly. And Anna Jay is one of them. She stinks. Can we be honest, please? I know. Why am I bashing Anna Jay? It's not Anna Jay.
I know. Will you stop? Jesus.
I get sidetracked. I understand. The promo was great. Punk was fantastic. We only had 2 weeks, though, so I would have liked Hangman to say something else. But I'm here for whatever happens next week. Let's go. I think that promo did get me more excited about this feud. I'm here for it.
So my question for you now is, before we do that, we got Nick Jackson who says that buckshot was rough though. We got EBB who says he completely missed the lariat part. It makes it better that it was shit. Yeah, it does, because it just it's like.
I gotta be honest. I'm fair enough. I was worried he was gonna fall down when he fucking did the flip over the top rope. I was like, oh my god.
We also got Annika who says it feels like they should have had more Dark Order Hangman interaction before this match. I don't really necessarily think that. I think that this has been a slow progression of where Hangman is at, and he separated himself from the Dark Order, organically. But we already know about their connection and their friendship. You don't need any segments to kind of reestablish that.
In fact, I wouldn't have been mad at him saying that he's not my boy. What do I care?
I wouldn't have done that either. I wouldn't mind that either. Alan Weinstein says the story in this match was great. Terrible buckshot lariat.
That's hilarious. Oh, flip. Make sure I don't fall down. Gather myself. It's fucking sad.
Well, you got a pastor against you, Jimmy. He says, okay, that's it. I wasn't going to comment this because I'm a gentleman, but I'm officially declaring war with Jimmy. Bibles at down.
Ooh. How about this? Fuck it. I'll bring Superman and you bring Jesus. And since they're both as real as the other, we'll see what happens.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
He started it!
I knew it was coming. I had my finger on the trigger, ladies and gentlemen. Once he said, fuck it, I was like, oh, I know what that means. I know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. Annika says, Punk's not a wrestler. He's a fighter. Well,
Wait.
not if you watch his UFC. Everybody with the counts in the in the chat here.
Making up for lost time. I'll keep it together. Clean this shit up.
Exactly. See even Nick Roebuck saying a half hour in and only one up until the second one that he got in.
All right.
Oh, and so look at CM. CM agrees with you about Anna Jay. She's bland as fuck though, improving in ring.
She was decent as a heel. She has a great look about her. She looks like a heel. And as a babyface, she's just as boring as she always was. I was that big bloody tag match she had a few months ago. Nobody remembers because nobody cares because who gives a fuck? It is what it is. It's just the way nope.
See, there you go. And CM also agrees. Yeah, thankfully it's Superman because if you said Batman, all slander. We agree. We both are big Batman fans. So thumbs up, CM, thumbs up. Frantic Well saying, "Why, Jimmy? Just why?"
I can't help myself. I am though now. I'm clean. Next hour I'm gonna be clean.
Hangman saying, EBB saying Hangman versus Kasheki or yeah, I'm just gonna say that. Go with it. I don't know if I pronounced that right or not. It's going to be a banger. GTS from Hangman next. Wow, yes, I didn't think about that because Punk's gonna be on commentary next week when he versus Takeshi. When Hangman plays versus Takeshi, so Hangman can reverse things and do the GTS. Hangman seeing that Punk got the crowd on his side like no one else he's faced, and he's definitely taking it personally.
I will bet any amount of money that you'd like that fucking Hangman's GTS will be so much better than Punk's Buckshot. Any amount of money you like.
That's a safe bet. Next, we went backstage. Tony Schiavone interviews Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter, and Rebel. Baker says Hayter will win because storms do pass over. Schiavone reminds them that Baker and Hayter will face in the next round if they move on. And Baker says the better woman will win before she looks at Rebel and just smirks and then looks back at the camera and smirks. I loved this. Was nice, subtle, to the point. I enjoyed this. What did you think?
I felt like Jamie Hayter has been fucking rather good on fucking promos. She should have been allowed to speak a little more here. Love Go Baker. It is what it is. But we got some more tension in the group. I thought this feud should happen a while ago, but you know, who am I? Fuck it.
And you got to get through the tournament first.
Absolutely. You know understand how far back we are in like real time. Like Goat Baker should have won the belt 2 months before she did. I'm not gonna blame him for the shitty face punch you had because how would you know you're sitting on one of the greatest female heels ever? Not your fault. How could you know? Nothing you can do. But she should have won the belt 2 months before. She should have lost the belt 2 months before, and she should be a babyface already. What are we doing? Why are we fucking this up? And it's the only woman we're getting right at all. Jade. I give him Jade too. Jade's great.
Yeah. They're definitely nailing it.
That's even better. I love it.
They're nailing Jade. They got Dr. Britt Baker. She's gonna always be a star, regardless of how they treat her now. She's already just there, and they're doing well with Jade. They just need to improve with pretty much everybody else. But moving on, we had Danhausen making his AEW in-ring debut versus Tony Nese, and Danhausen gets the entrance, not freaking Tony Nese. Huge pop for Danhausen when he comes out. Danhausen starts the match, doesn't go for a lockup. No, he tries to curse Tony Nese, but smart Mark Sterling distracts him, leading to Nese putting him down in the corner in a seated position, and then immediately hitting the running Nese in the corner for the win. I just put as my description of this match, damn Danhausen, damn. Post-match, Nese hits another running knee, to Danhausen while smart Mark Sterling talks trash. Sterling says one more and sets him up in the corner again, but here comes Hook. Hook comes out to an even bigger pop that Danhausen got as he makes the save. Tony Nese and smart Mark Sterling run off. Danhausen extends his hand, and like the mega powers coming together in 1988, it was the creation of the next big tag team of superstars. It is Hook Danhausen, yes. Oh my God! When Hook shakes Danhausen's hand, the roof came off of the USB arena. The people love it. I understand. You don't get Danhausen. I get it.
I don't get it. There's nothing to get. He's fucking cornball.
That's it. That's it. That's it. You get it. You do get it. This is the best odd couple tag team for me, or the best told story for an odd couple tag team since the Rock and Sock Connection. I don't care what you say. It's the same similar format, and it was just as well executed. And this is leading to a buy-in match at Double or Nothing of Hookhausen versus Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling.
Oh my God. Okay. Fucking, you guys can pretend like you love this stuff, but let's be real.
What? I love it. I love it so much.
See, oh my God. Okay, fair enough. Maybe I had been wrong about you all, because I thought you all saw Hook as a big future star. Apparently, you see him all as a joke, which fair enough. Two jokes meet. This to me was Austin shaking Vince's hand. This was fucking Goldust putting the wig on Goldberg. This was the death of any type of seriousness I took Hook as, which is fair. Listen, I don't love Hook like you love Hook, so whatever. Fans loved it. You loved it. Big pop. Comedies act. Hey, good. It could be cool. Cool. I don't mind him wrestling Hook. Fun stuff. And we got a Tony Nese sighting. The other big star we signed, the Premier Athlete. First of all, the Premier Athlete is still one of the worst nicknames maybe ever. And the Running Niece might be worse somehow. Like, please, shitty puns. Shut up. I'm just saying. I will admit, I did not expect Danhausen to get squashed. And the fact that it happened.
Great. That was great.
I just started laughing my ass off. That is perfect. That was perfect.
Well, Kid Get Money agrees with you. Hook should stay far away from that clown Danhausen.
No, it's not agreeing with me. If you want Hook to be a serious superstar,
he can be a serious superstar.
No,
you telling me The Rock wasn't a serious superstar after the Rock and Sock Connection?
First of all, the fact that just came out your face is blasphemy on the highest level. I know you're a big Rock fan, but don't do that.
Hulk Hogan went on to be the biggest heel in the world after being humped by the Yeti and fucking the Yeti.
This is fucking. I'm not sure what's worse in that comparison. That comparison, Hook is The Rock, or that Danhausen is Mick Foley. This is blasphemy on all levels. On all levels. Like, Mankind had so much goodwill backed up. The Rock had so much goodwill backed up. How dare you?
The people love Danhausen. The people love
him. He's a gimmick. He's a gimmick. And I'm not mad at the gimmick. This is where we fucking differ. I'm not mad at the gimmick. It's corny on purpose. And the people love it. Okay. Cool.
Not everybody.
It's not gonna go anywhere.
There's people in the chat that agree with you. Alan Weinstein saying, "Speak on it, Jimmy."
See, no, I'm not saying fuck Hookhausen.
That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying in so many words. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying if you want him to be where he is, which is a fun, jokey type of thing, where you get to go fucking hook gang and do all that goofy shit in the comment section, that's fine. That's cool. That's good. I just thought you guys wanted more for him. You know, that's cool. That's fine.
CM gets it. CM gets it. Hook needs to be well-rounded because his age range doesn't have one.
He's not being well-rounded. He's just being himself with a joke.
He's well-rounded. Yes, he's being himself, and it works.
Not against it. You want to hang with the joke? That's cool. Just don't touch any belts. That's all.
Andrew, putting it nicely, saying, Jimmy say, I'm a real man. I don't get it.
Isn't that what the first fucking thing I said, you fucking jerk? Isn't that the first thing that popped out of my fucking face? I don't get it. Isn't that what I fucking said?
You did. I think he's just quoting you. Slam and Sammy Joe says. See, I didn't give you a disclaimer for that. So we're even. We're even now. We're even. All right. Slam and Sammy Joe says Hook goes out, kills it, and doesn't care. Hook is a wonderful gimmick. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Do you hear them pops? He could definitely be a serious superstar. The man is only 22? Wrestlers go through various stages. Agreed. Agree with EBB there.
That's what they said about Grant Hill. Give some time, he'll be great. It just never cleared up. It just never happened. Do you hear them pops? Oh my god.
I mean, people wrote off Nikolai Jokic when he was a 44th first pick in the NBA draft. They just wrote him off when he was 20 something years old, and that's what you're trying to do to Hook. That's what you're trying to do to a future 2-time MVP Hook.
What? Would you stop it? Man, is only 20? Oh, this is the same comment. Oh shit, I get what it said? Good. I'm running the show now.
I got so angry, I knocked myself out of the stream.
I just, listen. Yeah. This is the most comments we've seen in forever. All these goddamn Hook comments. Fucking, and now Andrew Ferguson, look, he wasn't fucking saying that's what I said. He's fucking saying something else over here. Back where men were men. I'm not against the gimmick.
That he said the Undertaker's your best friend. Back when men were men.
First of all, the Undertaker thinks back when men were men. Back when we used to fake beat each other up, it was a lot more real than they fake beat each other up now. Like, what are you even babbling about? But listen, it is what it is. It's a fun, stupid gimmick. Danhausen is goofy. What do you want from me? What am I supposed to say?
You, my boy Blue, says if you get the Rock and Sock connection or Team Hell No, not Hell Yes, Hell No, then you should get Hookhausen.
This shit's gonna stop.
Yes.
This shit's gonna stop. We're not gonna do the Rock.
All the Hook gang jump the Jimmy.
I said we're not gonna do the Rock, Dragon, and Hook in the same breath. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
You're right. He's surpassed them all. Hook is the man. Future 2-time MVP and world champion. Keep those comments coming in the live chat. Give us your Jimmy slander for him slandering Hookhausen. And of course, remember to send those super chat donations because they help out the channel so much as we talk about the segment that somehow was able to top Hookhausen.
Wait, real quick. Yeah. Bill's Mafia STF almost had it right. That's the word I was looking for. Hookhausen is harmless. Yes, that's it. Full stop. It's harmless. The rest of that is fucking nonsense. But Hookhausen is harmless.
What? They're not going to be ready to pull the trigger on Hook? They know what they got with Hook.
There's no trigger to pull. They threw the trigger out the window. They're over it. They already ruined Hook. Let's move on.
And look at see Jimmy, this is the influence you got on people like Romeo. Imagine ruining Hook in under.
That's somebody who gets it.
No.
Hook was badass and now he's not. That's what I'm saying.
No, what are you talking about? That's preposterous. But we got to move on. We got to move on to the next segment, which was the segment of the night, in my opinion, as this MJF and Wardlow contract signing. Wardlow, of course, comes out to no music, in handcuffs and with security. And then we go to a video package. And somehow, some way, AEW was able to top the video package for MJF last time they were in Long Island with him with the Letterman jacket on his former football stadium field, with a Dark Side of the Ring parody. We first hear the voiceover and narration of Chris Jericho, who says he's not doing this. He has a lot of history with MJF. And then he says he's paying what? Okay, moving on. We see Taz, who's listed as MJF's consigliere. We also see Jake the Snake Roberts listed as the Snake Guy. And all of them are basically painting a picture that Wardlow is the villain in this whole situation with MJF. We see the chain from the dog collar match explaining MJF's dog collar match with CM Punk and how Wardlow turned on him by giving the Dynamite Diamond ring to Punk with the nice reenactments. Even the picture is exactly how the Dark Side of the Ring reenactments are. Just brilliant stuff. And then the cherry on top for this video package for me was none other than legendary Jewish wrestler Barry Horowitz saying that he's a top star, and Sean Dean, Wardlow costing MJF a match against Sean Dean, and Sean Dean is a damn jobber. Just great. That was hilarious. This was tremendous stuff. We also had, since it's in Long Island, we had MJF's mom in the crowd with a sign that said, "This asshole forgot to wish me a happy Mother's Day." But she was the only person who was not a fan of MJF on this night, as MJF has basically become 1997 Bret the Hitman Hart in Canada anytime we go to Long Island. He's the biggest heel everywhere else, but he's the biggest baby face in Long Island. Comes out with an Islanders jersey with MJF on the back. He does the punk pose into the crowd, his back to the crowd, everybody patting his back. You had kids chanting for MJF. Just great stuff.
That was creepy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Future psychopaths in the making.
Sean Spears and Smart Mark Sterling are in the ring. Sean Spears is wearing all white, looking very, very, very lit right there. Very fit. We had MJF calls himself a Jewish young prince from the Holy Land. Even more great stuff with Wardlow's entrance, going back to that the Titantron, the Contron says "Boo Wardlow." Great stuff. Great stuff. But yes, MJF, he goes into his promo calling himself the Jewish young prince from the Holy Land. He's not talking about Israel. He's talking about the most magical place in the world, Long Island, New York. And he calls Wardlow the big stupid oaf. MJF said the match will be at Double or Nothing. And if Wardlow wins, he will be released from his contract with Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Friedman says he doesn't want the fans to stand up and boo Wardlow every time he speaks. Wink, wink. He repeats himself for the people in the cheap seats. He says, "You're poor, but he still loves you." And he's so the fans boo Wardlow repeatedly throughout this whole promo, and anytime he picks up the mic and he is about to speak, Wardlow is not pleased. MJF says, "Are you going to let Wardlow speak?" And they say no and boo him again. And so MJF continues. He says that Wardlow will pay for everything he did to his friend, the roller coaster, Cody Rhodes. That does get the fans to boo. And he says, "Wait, you don't want me to talk about 2024? Well, neither does the guy in the back," which I know popped Jimmy. MJF says the first condition is that you will give Wardlow not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9. And he says, Sean Spears, how many lashes will he give Wardlow? And he gives him the 10 taunt and call to a huge pop from the Long Island fans. The second condition is that he will face Sean Spears in a solid steel cage, and it's not just any steel cage matchup. And he says that the referee will be none other than Maxwell Jacob Friedman. For everyone who wants their weekly Harlem, she's here. She came while we had the pictures up. I know. She's just saying hi. Say hi. There you go. You said hi to Jimmy. Okay. You did what you had to do. You just took a bath. Put some clothes on, okay? Going back to what we were talking about here. The magic gotta love being a parent, you know. If he makes it through all of that with the steel cage match with Maxwell Jacob Friedman, he makes it to Double or Nothing. If Wardlow loses at Double or Nothing, then Wardlow will never be able to sign a contract with All Elite Wrestling. Wardlow tries to sign the contract, but he can't sign it due to the handcuffs. So MJF has them uncuff him, which all the fans and Sean Spears are against, but he does it anyway. Wardlow signs, and then when they try to put the handcuffs back on, he attacks all the security again. Wardlow lays out Spears with a punch, and then he grabs MJF to set him up for the powerbomb, but Smart Mark Sterling makes the save for MJF, so he's able to escape. But Wardlow sets up the table again and delivers a powerbomb to Sterling to lay him out. What a powerbomb that was. That was nice move. Sterling was one of the MVPs of the night between his stuff with Hookhausen and taking that vicious powerbomb through the table. Once again, Wardlow looks like a beast, and then MJF has a worried look on his face at the end of this segment. My Lord, this was a masterpiece angle, in my opinion. Phenomenal stuff in this phenomenal feud, the best feud in wrestling right now. What did you think, Jimmy?
I thought it was a great segment. I don't know if I'm going to go masterpiece. Jesus.
Masterpiece.
Out the window, right?
Masterpiece.
Out the window. Never going to wait.
Babyface MJF.
I did feel he was, I'm not sure if the crowd was the same size. You guys have to put me in on that. But he did feel less hometown hero-y than he did last time. Which is, to be fair, last time was fucking crazy. And at the height of the Punk stuff, which you would imagine.
Yeah.
This was really good. Wardlow, by the way, looks like he's on the butcher diet. He's losing weight by the fucking day. What the fuck? He looks fantastic. The Jericho stuff, by the way, at the beginning, the whole Dark Side of the Ring thing, from the people that used, started with the Snake, who I just listened to some of him with the Ultimate Warrior stuff. He was great. Absolutely fucking Barry stuff. This is all good. All of this was great. MJF was great. I don't know how I felt about Spears taking one punch and then rolling out of the ring. That felt a little awkward. But it led to the powerbomb, which was perfect. Smart Mark Sterling was in his bag this episode. I loved everything he did. He was yelling at fucking earlier tonight. Now he's taking the power. All the shit I've never seen him do before. I'm just watching him do it all in one episode. Great. All of it. More of it. This is the one thing he has not butchered. Well, he did butcher Hook. He did not butcher Wardlow. Good job, Tony Khan. Good job.
Agreed. This was just great. We got you, my boy Blue, who says this was so dope. Alan Weinstein says this promo was amazing. Bunch of pops for the Dark Side of the Ring stuff. Nick Jackson says Jericho popped me, which how much is he paying? And Slammy Sammy Joe agrees with me. What a masterpiece. And Alan Weinstein, of course, popping for legendary Jewish wrestler, fellow Jew, Barry Horowitz. Love MJF's mom as well. We got Annika, who just gives the thumbs, the hands emoji. Yes, praise thee. Praise thee. Yes, Nick Jackson, MJF was great in this segment. You're poor, but you're still pretty. Love the Harlem love in the chat as usual. Annika with the let the Harlem rampage begin. Yes. Rampage. EBB says SP3's daughter heard Jimmy say fuck Hookhausen. SMH can't believe you actually said that, Jimmy, for shame.
That's hilarious. Absolutely.
Agreed. Andrew says MJF loves us poor people. Bill's Mafia CF also mentioning Taz mocking people walking off on Dark Side of the Ring was hilarious. Yes, there's been so many people who do that, so I love that Taz did it.
Sit down and speak up, you dope.
Oh man, it's just so great. And then Annika with that was for Sean Spears 10. Yes, the 10. Yes, great stuff. Oh man, I thought that this was so great. It felt like MJF was Punk in 2011. How Punk would talk about kind of the real stuff. It was like Punk in 2011 in Chicago. It just felt like that type of vibe. MJF was in his bag in this segment.
He was very good. He was great even. He's the best wrestler in the company overall. He is great. Let's not go Punk 2011. Let's not get crazy.
EBB says next week on Dark Side of the Ring, I can't believe Jimmy Macram said fuck
Absolutely. This is what fucking MJF was doing to Wardlow. This is fucking propaganda here. What the fuck?
Like, I was just sitting here and I'm just talking about how great the Hookhausen segment was. And then Jimmy says, fuck Hookhausen. And I'm just like, whoa.
Thank you, baby. Absolutely. They're jumping out the window. They cannot help themselves. I love MJF too. But Punk, 2011? Best contract signing since Batista. What are we doing here?
Best contract signing since Batista and Triple H. Lovely. Lovely. EBB says, are we just forgetting Punk's negotiation and contract signing with Vince McMahon? No, I'm not forgetting it. MJF is great, but come on, even though that wasn't to set up a match, I'm counting it as it involved a table and a contract. No, that was better. This was better. This was better than that.
No.
Everyone remembers the pipe bomb. They don't really remember the contract signing. I do. I watch it a lot. I love that segment. But people don't talk about that. People will talk about MJF in Long Island for years to come.
11 years from now, nobody's talking about MJF Wardlow contract signing. Stop it.
Oh man, yes. An hour in and 2 disclaimers. Go Jimmy. There you go.
See, told you I can keep together when I want.
EBB, if you want to keep slandering me, send a super chat and I'll highlight you. We go to a vignette with Samoa Joe talking about the Owen Hart Cup and his matchup next week against the Joker entrant. Sanjay Dutt is in this vignette as well, and he says that Joe is probably wishing that it's Jay Lethal or Satam Singh is the Joker, but they are not. He then says in Punjab that your stomach is big, but your brain is small, and Joe says once he's done with the Owen, he's coming for them.
Oh.
I take this as you're not a fan.
Could it be even more obvious about what he's trying to do? Could it be even more obvious that this is a fucking billionaire fucking cash grab for the Indian market? Could it be even more obvious about what this is? As we say in Punjab, wait, what? Where'd that come from? What? Who cares? Oh.
Come on, we got fans in Punjab.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Oh,
we got fans in Punjab.
Yes, great. Tune in. I'm not gonna start speaking it because you like it, but the rest of the fucking world.
They just put on the closed captioning and they read what we're saying. It's like,
listen, Joe was great, and fucking Jay Lethal and them were great, but I don't know about Joe being involved in a prop for fucking expansion. Like, it just feels gross.
Fair. That is fair. That's a fair criticism. Excalibur notes that next week will be Joker Wednesday, as we're going to find out the Jokers in both Owen tournaments. And then we have a FTW championship matchup as it's Ricky Starks going one-on-one with Jungle Boy. They were in a tough spot here following that segment, that all-timer segment.
Why they were in it.
With MJF and Wardlow. Yeah, I thought this would be the woman's spot, honestly. But we get some chain wrestling exchange early on until Starks gets on top position and slaps JB in the head a few times. But then Jungle Boy returns the favor. Ricky cuts off Jungle Boy and does a lucha arm drag, shades of Jungle Boy, with the pose at the end. Gotta love it. So Jungle Boy does an even more intricate lucha arm drag and then does a kip up, showing a little more cockiness. During the break, Starks gets control, but Jungle Boy makes his comeback back from commercial. Jungle Boy hits a slick swinging DDT using the ropes for a 2. Jungle Boy reverses Rochambeau into a bridge for a near fall. He then hits a thrust kick for another near fall. Starks catches Jungle Boy with a spear for a 2 count. Jungle Boy grounds Starks and applies the snare trap, and Starks has wonderful facial expressions, makes it to the rope. He almost looked like he was taking a crap, like getting a nugget out. Ricky decides that he's desperate, so he goes to the floor and grabs the FTW title, but Swerve Strickland stops him from using it. Coming down to ringside, the referee is distracted with Swerve trying to remove him from ringside, so he misses Jungle Boy rolling up Starks. With Jungle Boy distracted by Strickland, distracting the referee, the ref comes back in the ring, and Starks pushes Jungle Boy onto the top rope, hitting his throat, and then hits Rochambeau for the victory to retain the FTW championship. I thought that this was a good match. I would say a lame finish because of the distraction, but I like where it's going, where it kind of nicely, segues into a potential 3-way tag team title match with Jurassic Express, Team Taz, and Swerve and Lee. Christian and Luchasaurus, they come out, they brush aside Swerve to get to the ring. Team Taz then squares up with Strickland, but Keith Lee comes down, and someone else who's on that butcher diet, and even commentary had to mention it. Jim Ross had to be like, "Oh, Keith Lee looks like he's getting into shape." Okay. JR notes that he slimmed down some, and then Jungle Boy is upset in the ring. He just looks off into the distance for a while. Luchasaurus gets out of the ring, and the camera gets stuck on Christian and Jungle Boy in the ring, even focusing on Christian and his eyes. It looks like the turn is about to come just then, but then he just looks at his son that has keep disappointing him with these big losses, and commentary did a good job of focusing on another loss for Jungle Boy, who's very upset about it, but instead he hugs Jungle Boy. Love another seed being sowed for this potential heel turn. What did you think about the match and the post-match here?
Match was in a rough spot. There's nothing you can do about that, especially with Excalibur deciding it's time to fucking run out all the goddamn ads at the beginning of this goddamn match. You're just like, ugh, I know, I get it. Ricky Starks is the wrong shade to give a fuck about, but we know they love Jungle Boy, so that wasn't the issue. That nothing wrong with making a play for India. The problem is when you make it blatant that is what you are doing. I speak French fucking clearly because I'm not speaking English here because nobody gets it.
I mean, I just heard you say fuck Hookhausen, so I mean,
absolutely. This is great. Ricky Starks deserved the win. I was here for the win. I was here for the swerve interference. I love that it cost them. I love how this all came together. I can't believe who wrote this. Clearly not dummy, because this was actually pretty good. It kind of just moved the way it was supposed to move. And I gotta be honest, I don't remember what pay-per-view it was. I'm gonna say Revolution. I'm gonna say it many years ago. When Hangman was on the apron, it looked like he was gonna fucking do the buckshot to Omega.
Yeah, that got me these vibes here. Yeah, I agree.
Hopefully we actually follow this one up because Christian needs to turn heel. And I gotta be honest, unlike holding off on the Julia Hart thing, which was awful and ended up ruining everybody involved. I feel like the wait for this Christian thing's actually paid off. I feel like a connection between Christian and Jungle Boy, and when it happens, I'll be happy. I'm here for it.
And I like this comment from Heel Steven said, I thought Christian would turn on Jungle Boy after the match. Is bound to happen. Now imagine if they have Jungle Boy turn out of frustration in due time, because they are building that up as well, that Jungle Boy is getting more and more frustrated with these singles losses. So they could once again subvert our expectation. What would you think if Jungle Boy was the one who turned?
If at the end of that fucking Batman movie, Batman started murdering people, turns out he was the good guy and Riddler bad guy and Riddler was the good guy, that would be subverting our expectations. But it would be shit. Don't do that. Do not overthink common sense. Christian is a fucking great heel. Have him turn heel.
Yes.
That's it. Full stop.
I agree. We got my boy Blue said, my boy Keith looking jacked. We got Alan Weinstein who says Keith Lee is on that butcher diet. The butcher, push the butcher, hashtag push the butcher. We got Slam and Sammy Joe who says Team Taz, Swerve and Lee, Blackpool Combat Club, and FTR could all be AEW tag champs in the near future. Wouldn't mind any of those teams, honestly. We got my boy Blue who says hard work, Bearcat Lee out here doing it. Yes, I agree. Frantic Girl says Lee and Swerve are a really good tag team. Yeah, they've been in the couple of times that I've seen them, I've really been enjoying it. Ninja Mortis says been here literally 20 seconds and Jimmy drops a dummy. Welcome to True Hill Heat.
That's just great timing. I haven't called him dummy all day, I don't think.
I love it. That should be the tagline. If you hear 20 seconds and you don't hear Jimmy call somebody a dummy, welcome to True Hill Heat.
That's hilarious.
Oh man, I love it. Frantic World says TK did say he takes some people's ideas from Twitter, Jimmy.
If it went wrong, I guarantee he'd throw that Twitter cocksucker right under the bus. So if it's right, he won't mention a thing.
Absolutely.
Who's the 30-year-old vet that helped with the Wardlow thing? Who's the 30-year-old vet that helped with the fucking pumpkin? We'll never fucking know. We'll never fucking hear it. So if something goes wrong, oh, this cocksucker.
It's all me. It's all me. CM says Batman is the villain.
Fucking woke Twitter motherfuckers. That's not. He's a billionaire who beats up mentally ill people, whatever. Yes, just let motherfuckers blow up the city. Do what you want because Gotham is evil. But just stop. I'll have one billionaire I like, and he's fictional. Can I enjoy him, please?
This is chess, not checkers, ladies and gentlemen. EVP says you could feel that Christian is disappointed in Jungle Boy not shaking off these losses quickly, but the man is expecting the young lad to not be bummed out a few minutes after. Perfect recipe for a heel.
Yes. I feel like, I don't want to get too deep on it, but it feels like Christian knows he's supposed to be a good guy, so he's trying his best, but he is so pissed at his bum. He's just gonna explode.
It's like, this bum is making me look bad. I gotta get rid of this bum. Next, we had the Jericho Appreciation Society for 9 weeks, the leading standard in sports entertainment. Jericho Appreciation Society comes out for a victory speech after their fireball and beating Santana last week for Jericho. Angelo once again calls the fans the AEW Galaxy. We get Daddy Magic, who says what makes his nipples pop is being a part of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Chris Jericho gets on the mic to say that there's a lot of hometown heroes today, and he's one of them. He was born in Manhasset, just down the road, but Jericho moved because it's a dump. If you have a problem with that, he will throw a fireball in your face because he's a wizard. I laughed so much. I laughed so much.
Oh, that's why he calls himself the wizard. That's hilarious.
I'm a wizard. Jericho says they got rid of Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz, and he tells them to stay at home because Jericho 216 says, I just burned your face. Jericho was on the money here. I loved it so much. Jericho then tells King that if his wife isn't feeling better, for him to take care of her, and if not, tell her to give him a call. And then Daniel Garcia says every time a sports entertainer goes against a professional wrestler, the sports entertainer wins, which leads to the music of Jon Moxley. And I just said in my notes, oh shit, it's happening. It's happening already. Jericho tells Moxley to get the hell out of here. There's only one of him and there's 5 of us. But then we hear the music of Bryan Danielson, and out comes the rest of the Blackpool Combat Club: Danielson, Wheeler Yuta, and William Regal. And Jericho says that it's still 4 of you and 5 of us, but out of nowhere, it is the former members of LAX, Santana, Ortiz, and burnt face. Look like he got hot sauce all over his eye. Eddie Kingston, Blackpool Combat Club, and LAX jumped the Jericho Appreciation Society after a quick little face-off here, with Kingston going directly after Jericho in the melee here, just going after him, trying to choke him to death. Jericho is eventually pulled out by the Jericho Appreciation Society, but not before drunk uncle at a wedding, William Regal, nails Jericho with a left hand. I thought it was going to be the power of the punch with the brass knuckles, but nailed him, getting a little revenge for Jericho pissing in his tea all those years ago. The crowd loved all of this, and I thought that this was another great angle on the show. What did you think of this whole segment here?
I'm completely distracted because if you read the comics, all you dummies still going off in the comment section, Batman has tried to clean up Gotham with this fucking money, and it doesn't work. You know why? Because it's a comic book, and there's always going to be crime. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong? I don't get it.
Yes, Jimmy, no Batman slander. And we got CM who says he could end all the crime by ending poverty. Instead, he makes them pay hospital.
I don't know how young CM is, but we don't know. We're clearly not majoring in economics. That is not just throw your money away.
And insurance gotta be high because of him.
Nobody's poor anymore. Nobody fucking much of. All right, that's enough. I'm not going to get off on a tangent again. But read the comics. Batman is trying to clean up this goddamn cesspool of a city. It doesn't work. Why? Because when I write, I just make it a cesspool again. That's how that works. All right. What was that?
I'm going to throw a fireball because I'm a wizard.
Right.
Yes. What did you think about this segment here?
I love the segment. This is a great segment. Jericho was great. I thought fireball because I'm a wizard. I went, that is perfect. That's one of the greatest things I've ever heard said on a wrestling show, and I'm here for it. I love Moxley's entrance. I love Dragon's entrance. I wasn't as big a fan the way Eddie and them came out. It felt, I gotta be honest, kind of felt like they got big time there. Like they are officially demoted to the fucking 4th and 5th and 6th most important people in this thing. But hey, as long as we wrap this shit up as soon as possible, I have no complaints. Let's do blood and guts. Let's move on with life.
I think we're gonna get like a 5-on-5, maybe Las Vegas street fight at Double or Nothing. Please don't do Stadium Stampede. Just please.
Oh my god!
Give us a Las Vegas street fight, and then you could probably maybe even have Jericho Appreciation Society win that, and then you do the blood and guts.
No, we can't.
Then you do the blood.
No, we can't. We can't do that.
Yes.
We cannot have a fucking 2.0. Fucking beating Moxley and Dragon. We cannot have it. We cannot have it.
Cannot have it.
Yes, do blood and guts, have them win, and move on with life.
Ninja Morty says, Wayne Insurance, do you have our Batman coverage?
That's hilarious. They should just arrest anybody who asks for Batman coverage. You're clearly breaking the law of some kind.
Kid Get Money want Eddie Kingston to shave off his eyebrow. Basically.
Oh my god! Ugh. That could be funny though. You're gonna go all out. Go all out.
Yum says Batman is the villain. It's okay, Jimmy. He's still better than CHK, Cokehead Khan, and has done more for black folks than CHK.
I've said what I had to say about this. I've said my piece. I'm gonna keep going.
Negro Buck agrees with me. Oh God, no! Please, no more Stadium Stampede. Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yes, please don't do that. Next we had a Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb vignette. Well, before we do that, we have a meme here by the one and only that was taken from Twitter. It says William Regal didn't forget this 21 years ago. Yes, he did. He didn't forget that Jericho pissed in his tea. And then we go to the vignette of Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb. You have Jim Ross and Dustin Rose talking about Deeb turning it up lately. Rose says that he's pulling for Thunder Rosa as that's his protege, and JR says that Rosa is the favorite, and so does Shivani. So this seemed like very heavy in favor of Thunder Rosa, which sometimes in wrestling makes you believe that the challenger may win this one. So I got to see what they do, but I think this was the right move to just keep it at a vignette this week after the so-so response to their promo exchange last week.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought this is the proper uses of Dustin Rhodes. Just put him backstage and have him talk, and never have him wrestle in opening matches where he bores all of us half to death, or give a promo where he's fiery talking about dream matches. It isn't a dream match, you cunt.
Why do you always have to use the C word?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
You're doing so well too.
Okay, that's what I have to say. Yes, good thing. I liked it, but they're never talking again. I said what it says. It is what it is.
Probably so, but I hope they have other ways besides vignettes to advance this feud. Yes, I do. I do hope that. I do hope.
You don't have any.
Probably not, but I hope. I can still hope. Commentary confirms that Darby and Jeff in the main event is anything goes, and then we get to our next Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament quarterfinals matchup. The first one from the women's tournament, as is Toni Storm going up against Jamie Hayter. Both women trade headlocks and front face locks early on. Hayter gets the advantage by knocking Storm to the floor. Jamie hits a vicious looking snap suplex on the floor during the commercial, and then the ladies trade stiff chops and forearms before a double down. Storm hits a running hip attack to a seated Hayter in the corner. She follows with a tornado DDT in the ring, and then she hits another on the floor. Tony follows with big crossbody for a 2 count. We then get Jamie, who blocks an Alabama slam and hits the Irish curse backbreaker, like a rock bottom into a backbreaker, which was nice. They fight on the apron where Jamie Hayter gives her a Uranagi on the apron and follows with a superplex off the top rope. And then she tries to go for another or a Falcon Arrow, but Storm rolls her up into a 2 count, and then Storm quickly hits the Storm Zero for the win. I thought that this was a hard-hitting bout. Both women were working very snug in this one, very crisp in this one. I thought they had good chemistry. I just wish it was a little bit longer here. I thought this was good for what it was.
Thank you for the super chat, AEW. But if you read Court of Owls, New 52, Scott Snyder, if you read City of Owls, you will know that Batman has cleaned up this mess of a goddamn city. It doesn't work. How many times I say this? Read No Man's Land. Enough of this. Enough of these people. They don't get it. They just speak. Thanks for the money. But enough. Enough.
You've turned this into a Batman podcast.
I cannot have it. I cannot have it.
Go ahead, whenever you're ready.
Whenever
you're ready.
Look at my notes here. I can't remember off the top of my head anymore. I'm so wrong. Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Can you move this from the screen though? Because I'll keep getting upset.
Well, let me read the super chat donation. Thank you so much, Alan Weinstein. We should read out your super chat donation, regardless of how it makes Jimmy Macram feel. He says, the Wayne Foundation does nothing for Gotham. Bruce doesn't want to fix the city because he loves it being broken. That's why he's the villain.
I'm getting trolled into a whole Batman thing here. I cannot have it. I cannot have it. All right.
And then Frantic World adds, Batman needs to move out of the hood and go to Metropolis.
He just retires. He moves to fucking Metropolis. Fuck it. Let him deal with that nonsense.
And Romeo did give you some love. Jimmy called it last week. Rosa Deeb were getting no more promo time.
Sorry. Love you both. And you were fine, what I thought. But yeah, that's not how Tony Khan works. If you're a man, you get 3 strikes. You have a vagina. Yuck. I was gonna say. Oh, Tony Storm. By the way, she's got a fucking great look. From the Titantron to her fucking glasses to her attire, it all works. She looks like a super duper star.
She does, especially in that red gear. Right. That red gear was that was an upgrade from the black gear. I like the black gear, but this looked like a pay-per-view type gear that she had on here. I thought it was great.
If you've never seen her before, you would just go, that's clearly the star of the company.
Yes.
Clearly. Match was fine. I love Jamie Hayter. I love how strong it was. It should have got more time. I hate the way they utilize these commercial breaks where it's always, 2 minutes in, and then we go for 3 minutes, and then they wrap it up. No matter how long the match is actually going to be, it's a bad idea. And they should look into it. But dummy's a dummy, and that's how that works. Finish I thought was really good. The fact that it came out of nowhere. I thought she was going to botch a power driver, but she did not. It looked good. She's clearly stronger than she looks.
It looked like a struggle, which it should do. Like, it never makes sense for me unless the person's like completely knocked out, how someone can lift your whole body like that. I can do it to my kids because they can't block me. But if you're in an actual fight, that's not a move that you can always get off in a fight. It should look like a struggle like it did here for Tony.
And it was great. I don't know about getting rid of fucking Jamie Hayter this early, but hey, she's got TV time, so it's more than most women can get. So you take it. Take it where you can get it.
We got Annika says all these matches should have been in the semifinals. No, I think this was perfect for the quarterfinals.
Really?
This is how you open up the tournament and get people invested in the tournament with really good to great matches. The opener was great. Like we said, we both kind of agree. The main event was exactly what we wanted here. And the only nitpick that we have on this match is that we wish it had more time, which obviously says it was good for how much it lasted.
Yes, same. But I don't know. Whatever. We still have Baker and Storm in the finals, I assume, right?
No, Baker and Storm are on the same side of the bracket.
Are they?
Yeah. So that leads me to my question here. Who do you think is going to be the woman's Joker? No, I'm just going to ask you a simple one. Do you think Britt Baker defeats the Joker next week?
Yes. To have Ruby Soho in the final. Right. They're not the same side of the bracket.
Yeah, I got Ruby Soho and Toni Storm in the finals.
Yeah, that's what I was going with. Which I don't hate, but it is what it is. You want to put Britt and waste the signings, even though you know you did.
I'm not too sure about who wins between the Joker and Baker, but I think the Joker is beating Samoa Joe next week.
Do you know
thanks to Jay Lethal and Santam Singh and Sanjay Dutt. I'm calling for Claudio Cesaro or Miro. Those are my two choices there.
Ooh. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Claudio's fun, obviously. You got to sign another guy to the company so he gets fuck up months and throw him in the trash. Why? As for the women, do we have any idea who that's going to be?
I've heard names like Athena. My
Athena's
pick
black,
is,
right?
Yeah.
She's not being Go Baker. Stop. Knock it off. Knock it off. We have
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
We have a no darkies beat Go Baker rule here. I'm sorry. Not my rule. That's Tony Khan's rule. Don't come at me. That's his.
What? You said that's Tony Khan's rule. Did you forget, Jimmy, that he is our civil rights movement leader? He's in there and he's
look at that face.
Fighting for diversity.
Ugh. Look at that face. Oh, those stupid glasses, that terrible haircut. Everybody tells me, I'm going to cry. As I try to pretend I have emotions. Would you stop? Knock it off.
He's probably wondering that if he ever clicks on one of our videos.
Because you're bad at your job, you find women gross, and you fucking spent a tweet about how you've given these darkies all these wins. Like, on dark. You give the darkies the win on dark. That doesn't count. I'm not asking for much. All right. I'm be nice. I'm keep it clean. I'm be nice. Gonna be nice. Look at
you keep telling yourself that.
15 minutes ago, I'm gonna keep it clean. Absolutely. We got another one of those stupid ass things, by the way. One of those fucking. I'm Asian, and I like Asian wrestlers. Like, shut up. Would you stop? Ugh.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
You're almost close to the 7 count that CM gave you. You're almost close. You're almost close there. But yeah, I think the Jokers. My pick for the female Joker is Taya Valkyrie. She's the AAA Reina del Rey champion because I think both Jokers can't win in both tournaments. So I'm calling for the Joker to beat Joe. But I think the Joker in the women's tournament is going to lose to Dr. Britt Baker, Dr. Goat Baker, DMD.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I see Baker making it to the end before losing.
I don't know. I think she's going to lose to Storm in the second round. In the
semifinals. I keep forgetting in the same fucking side of the bracket. I got Storm and fucking Ruby Soho in the finals. That's the finals.
There we go. Next, we had a vignette to hype the SCU battle on Friday on Rampage. Scorpio Sky says he will make everyone put respect on his name. He says there can only be one face of TNT, and then ends with an SCU later. And then Lacey Nair is there to interview Frankie Kazarian, but Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti interrupt and tell Frankie that he can't trust Guy. And Frankie says he doesn't need to trust Guy, he trusts himself, and he tells Sammy that his vlog sucks.
Yeah, I told you. First of all, I told you all forever because Kazarian stinks. He's a good wrestler, but he's got the personality of a fly.
This man is getting a shot at the TNT title. He's never won a singles match on AEW Dynamite or Rampage, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, but listen, did you see before I even talk about the promo? Did you see the Dummy's explanation that I was wrong about Tay and Sammy? I figured I love Tay, the fans love Tay. I love Sammy, the fans love Sammy. I love them together, but the fans don't love them together. Who would have fucking thought? Because in his world, in his fucking bubble, everybody thinks like he thinks. I hate him so fucking much. So much. Calm down. So much. Scorpio Sky was fine for what it was. Scorpio Sky was fine because Arian was there he was there for the Sammy promo. That's essentially what it was. Your vlogs suck. Oh, how edgy are you dummy?
Seems legit to me. I love how most of these comments are a mixture of wrestling and Batman comments. Like it's like,
no, I'm done talking about that. I still had to say either you get it or you don't. Either you read it or you don't. Enough. Get off Twitter where fucking everything is everything.
Alan Weinstein with the Batman vs Superman is white on white crime. Simon Sammy Joe says I was hoping for Athena Storm, so he thinks Athena is going to be the Joker here. I feel like this Joker spot is coming in for a loss against Dr. Britt Baker, so I wouldn't want that for Athena. Nick Jackson says give me Miro in the Joker spot.
Oh, sorry.
Got.
What if the Joker beats Go Baker and instead the story is Go Baker's mad that Jamie Hayter didn't help her? And then she's like, well, you didn't help me, bitch. I don't know what you want.
Keep that same energy. Jamie. We got Frantic Roll that says God's favorite champion winning the Owen tournament would be really good. Yes, he's Owen's favorite champion too. So
oh my God. That would be great. I'm sure the Hart family get very upset, but that'd be fucking great.
Romeo says this chat has lived long enough to see themselves become the villains.
Indeed they have.
Cherry Lax says Jimmy fighting the ignorance here.
That's all it is. They're not bad people. They're just ignorant. Ignorance is a state of not knowing, and they don't know. I'm here to help.
There you go. Kid Get Money says Jimmy Macram hates Tony Khan because he's running the Jacksonville Jaguars into the ground. Has nothing to do with that.
But yeah, I think he make the Jaguars 16-0. He would still be a cunt. He would still be bad at wrestling. He would still be a fucking self-promoting shill. He would still be a fucking borderline racist. I give him a 3 on a racist scale, and he would be a borderline sexist. I give him probably a 6 on the sexist scale. Let's be honest. Definitely a higher number on that one. It is what it is. He's bad. He's a bad guy. He's bad at this job. He's only good when he's standing next to Vince McMahon because Vince is like the epitome of evil. So he looks like Owen Hart standing next to Vince.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
You can't stop yourself. Like this is a good choice. This is a good call that I heard someone else say earlier in the week, and it makes sense. If they're going to have someone lose to Britt Baker, Maki Ito would be fun who could lose to Britt, says Bill's Mafia STF. What do you think about that one, Jimmy?
First, I would love to see her. She would get a nice little pop, and Go Baker kind of semi-squash her without it being a big deal. It's fun. I'd be mad at it.
We got CM says 7, but true.
How about just true? How about no disclaimer? It's the truth.
She did agree with you there. Nice little comment here. That's interesting from Will Chisholm. He says, SP3, what is up with the AEW crowd for the past few weeks being quiet for the women's matches? Tony petting them back in the last 30 minutes didn't help either. It feels like it's a more consistent reaction now. Yeah, it does, because last week they didn't do enough to make the main event seem important, so that's why they were quiet for this. And then here they were in a spot where the fans was like, man, we're about to see someone die in the main event. Let's calm down. We already got excited for the Blackpool Combat Club, for the MJF and Wardlow segment. Let's relax. We got excited for Punk and Paige. Let's relax during the women's match. But it is also Tony Khan has conditioned the fans not to care as much for the women. He needs to get better at consistently pushing them, consistently presenting their characters. They built up to this Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm match for a month with absolutely zero progression of those two characters. Like these segments didn't get good until they added Britt Baker and Ruby Soho to them. So you really haven't got over these two individuals. You only got over the fact that they are facing each other, and you just place them in the same segment with zero creativity to it.
When you rely on band-aids, this is what happens. Because when you rely on, how do we make this bigger match important? We bring in some chick from outside, and she comes in, and people care because she's new. And then you do that for enough weeks, you stop caring. It is what it is. Now you run out of that, so now you just have the people you have. I don't know what to tell you. You got to push them. Sid was right. You just have to fucking put effort into it, and eventually, after you bang your head against the door enough times, it will pay off. Instead, you want instant gratification, like, I don't know, cocaine.
Just to mention as well, in the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament, it was announced on Rampage, so a little bit of a spoiler, but they did mention it on commentary during this show that Hikaru Shida was injured in the Philadelphia street fight with Serena Deeb, so she is out of the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament, and she has been replaced by Chris Statlander, just like Romeo says here. What do you think about that replacement there?
I think the fact that I forgot Statlander existed. And I love Statlander. It shows what's wrong with the fucking division. She should always be on the show. Tony should always be on the show, as Soho, as Goat Baker, and fucking Thunder Road and Deep.
And she was one of the people they were consistently using before because they put her with the best friends, and then she hasn't been placed with the best friends in a while now.
Because I think which girl got hurt? Layla Hirsch?
Yeah, Layla got hurt. Yeah, she was in that feud for a while. And that would have been cool to like have an extra qualifying match with like Layla and her to finish off that rivalry, and then the winner goes to the Owen.
I'm not saying he's been given the ideal circumstances, but his lack of effort has cost everybody in this division. By he, I mean dummy, obviously. Unless there's a woman we can blame for this, because that always works. I'm sure there's somebody back there with 30 years of fucking experience you can blame for this.
30 years of experience as a woman. Annika says because of the spot and the bad hyping of the women's matches. Yeah, it's that as well.
And you know what? I do think this one women's match thing has come to it because you kind of see it and you go, okay, we know what this is. It's the only one we're gonna have tonight. Let's take a deep breath and fucking last through it, and then we'll be done with them for next week. That give me at least 2 every other week. Change it up a little bit. Jesus.
Bill's Mafia says there is no such thing as a deaf spot, neither in the TV ratings nor crowd response. Even if a crowd is tired, when they care, they will try to be loud.
I've heard this fucking shitty argument. I'm not sure if it was from you last week or 2 weeks ago, but I've definitely heard this before. I remember getting upset when you hear about it. These things exist. There's a reason TV shows don't want to be on at Friday at fucking 8 or Friday at fucking 10. There's a reason why Rampage's rating is lower than Dynamite. It's because of the time. It's because of the day. It's because of the time slot. That's the fucking macro of it all. The micro of it all in a fucking 2-hour slot. There's death slots in there. You can't. Why? I have this conversation again. I had this conversation already.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I didn't mean to call you a cunt, sir. I apologize. I have a temper. I apologize. But I had this conversation already on the show. I don't want to have it again. I had it already.
He does also add Tony versus Hater could have opened the show and they would not have gotten much more of a response. Oh, well, that's a point.
That's a point, yeah, for a fucking adult. What?
And we should also note that Rampage is coming on at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time once again this week, which last week they did 292,000 viewers, the lowest viewership for AEW ever.
But no, what do you mean? If you love wrestling, you would just watch it at 5:30. What do you mean? Time slot doesn't matter. You care about wrestling, you watch it. It's not like fucking 200, 300, 400 fucking thousand people fucking dropped off the face of the goddamn earth.
Phil Nation says 8-time from Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy, can you tell SP3 something for me? I don't. You could have just put it in one comment. I mean, you didn't have to separate it.
Please,
oh man,
I want to hear it. What's this excuse, Bills Mafia? I want to hear the reason why fucking 300, 400,000 people left.
The literal numbers have proven this for 3 years. Get a WrestleNomics sub if you want to see for yourself. No worries, Jimmy. Not offended.
Answer my fucking question. I want to know why 300,000 people did not watch Rampage on fucking Friday. If it's this, doesn't matter what time it's on. Why the fuck were they at? I want to know where they were at. What did WrestleNomics say? What did they say about that? Where did they fucking go? I want to hear it. What did WrestleNomics say? Where did they go? Please tell me. Oh, it was live at 2:30 on the West Coast. But it doesn't matter. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Where were they at? I want to know. Tell me what happened, sir. We're waiting.
Well, we got to get to the main event, so we'll give Bill's Mafia some time to answer that. Darby Allin versus Jeff Hardy in an Owen Hart Foundation men's tournament quarterfinals matchup, and my God, did this live up to our expectations. Darby comes out hot with a running drop kick, and he follows with the shotgun tope suicida. Allin sets up a row of open chairs at ringside, which will come into play in a bit here. Jeff comes back by dropping Darby onto the steel steps. He then throws Darby into the steel steps, but Darby leaps over it. So Jeff hits a running clothesline off the steel steps. Jeff pulls out a ladder and puts it in the ring. During the break, they battle over the ladder, and Darby hits a code red for a 2 count. Jeff catches Darby on a springboard coffin drop into a jawbreaker. He then follows with a rebound drop kick to a seated Darby in the corner. Jeff sets up Darby on the open steel chairs at ringside, and he sets up the ladder in the ring. Hardy climbs up, but Allin gets up and pulls Jeff crush first onto the top rope. Darby then climbs the ladder, and I was just like, oh boy, here we go. And he hits the most death-defying swanton since Jeff back in like 2000 to a standing Jeff Hardy into the row of chairs, and Darby is dead. Darby is officially dead. And in my notes, I just wrote, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Hardy tries to avoid the coffin drop in the ring, but he moves to the apron. So Darby says, oh, fuck it, I'm going for the coffin drop anyway. And of course, Jeff moves. So Darby hits the apron, and that just hurts. That had to be hurting after that bump, after the steel chair bump already. Then Hardy hits a modified twist of fate on the steel steps. He lays Allin onto the steel steps, and he goes to the top rope for the swanton, but Darby moves and makes Jeff go back first onto the steel steps, which is karma for all the swantons Jeff has been giving everybody over the last few weeks. Back in the ring, Darby hits the coffin drop. He gets a 2 count, but Jeff kicks out. He gets a wrestling move, a crucifix on Darby, using the ladder to keep Darby down, and gets the 1, 2, 3. I thought that this was an absolutely bananas, a nuts main event. This was insane. It basically was who's gonna kill themselves first, and just great stuff. This lived up to all the hype. Both men embraced. Sting and Matt Hardy also embraced after the matchup. And then we see on the stage the Undisputed Elite, as it will be Adam Cole going up against Jeff Hardy next week in the Owen Hart Foundation Men's Tournament semifinals matchup. And I thought that this was smart booking. I didn't expect Jeff to lose here, but Darby, I thought Darby Allin would get the victory, but it does make sense with where they're going with the Hardys versus the Young Bucks, that it would be Jeff versus Adam Cole here. And I thought, man, oh man, once again, we get to use this meme because Jeff Hardy, I'm going to die in this company, ain't it? Ain't I? Please don't die, Jeff. And please don't die, Darby. Great stuff, in my opinion. What did you think, Jimmy?
I think as big of a fucking mark that Matt Jackson is for his so subtle storytelling with his stupid faces or head nods. How he forgot to wear his Undisputed Elite shirt. You just did the big angle with that 2 weeks ago. I find absolutely ridiculous, but neither here nor there, I guess.
Was he the only one? No, Nick had on his.
That's no. We're not blaming Nick Jackson.
We're not keeping the same energy. All right, got you.
You guys always told me Matt Jackson's the boss of the group, right?
Got you, fam.
You guys told me Matt. Wait, Matt does the merchandise. That's what I was told. That's what you guys told me. I don't listen. I don't know this. Right. This was outrageous, and I have a rule where I don't blame or try not to give a fuck about wrestlers doing what they want with their body. If they want to take chair shots to the head, which has proven to cause damage, fuck it. Do what you want. That's not my job. You're a grown-ass man. You can do what you like. But I did have a moment where I went, we probably shouldn't have allowed Darby to do that fucking spot from the ladder to the chairs, because that was fucking outrageous. And it relies on Jeff Hardy, of all people, being responsible and catching Darby Allin. That feels like a very bad idea.
He tried. He tried though. He tried.
He failed. Good Lord. That's one of the scariest spots I've ever seen. That's that aside. It was fine. It was a car crash. It was a bunch of car crashes strung together by a very thin match. And I'm not happy with the result. I am not happy with Jeff Hardy winning at all. I don't care what it's been used to build up. We should not have Darby Allin in 2022 lose to Jeff fucking Hardy. What?
Darby, I kind of felt like he was gonna lose at the start of this. So the whole time going in, I was like, Darby should win this one. But then after the beginning of the match and watching the match, I was like, it does make sense for Jeff to win here because it leads it to Adam Cole versus Jeff Hardy, which leads into the Hardys versus the Young Bucks.
Using the Owen Hart tournament to build to a fucking Hardy Boys match. Oh my God. What planet is this? This is silly.
Annika says also, I'm not sure how I feel about them using the tournament to hype up about Young Bucks versus the
You
Hardys.
should feel gross. That's how you should feel. This is a fucking awful idea.
And we also got Frantic World that says this match was so crazy and great.
It was crazy.
And we got Bill's Mafia's answer. He says that Rampage time slot, according to, I believe, Dave, had Warner expecting 100,000. So they exceeded expectations.
But they 3 times did.
Yeah.
But apparently time slots matter now.
Time slots matter.
They didn't matter before. They matter now, though. And the playoffs were on.
There you go. And people were at work in school, apparently. CM says this may not have been the match to have in front of Dr. Martha and the Baby Hearts. These men are insane. I agree there. And importantly, we got a question for me, Annika, for Film Nation, asking me the question. Film Nation says, Wrestling SP3, Wrestling Multiverse Man t-shirt. Can we please see it come out very soon? SP3, the Wrestling Multiverse is calling your name, SP3. Okay, you got to put Romeo to work. You got to tag Romeo, Film Nation, and you got to say, Romeo, I need you to get the poster to Multiverse of Madness and put SP3's head on Doctor Strange and put that out as a t-shirt. There we go. Money. That's the only way I will accept it. Or just a picture of Doctor Strange with my head on it. There you go. I love Annika showing support to Film Nation. That commodity in the live chat. You love to see it. We also got Bill's Mafia STF says if Darby won the first Jeff match, there wouldn't be much motivation to run it back in the future. I do agree.
To watch it the first time. What the fuck? Get rid of this fucking nonsense.
I love this match.
Oh.
I love it.
When Jeff Hardy dies in the ring, you'll all be like, you gotta protect the wrestlers. You gotta protect them from themselves. Enough. Get them out of here.
And we got CM saying Darby will retire, Jeff. There you go. That's what you want, Jimmy.
Knock it off.
Film Nation says, yay. When the warning comes up, Jimmy is speaking the truth. There you go. People believe in you.
I know. And we kept in single digits today. I said under 10.
And Bill's Mafia STF says, love you, Jimmy. Never change.
Thank you.
Love all this love. All right, Jimmy, let's put our thumbs in the middle for the May 11, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1.
Mm-hmm.
Easy thumbs up, in my opinion, on this show. Jimmy, what did you give the show out of 10?
8. Solid 8.
I'm going to go 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed this show, and it just felt like a breath of fresh air. Like they know what they're doing going into Double or Nothing. They know what they're doing again going into Double or Nothing. It felt like over the last month, they didn't know what they were doing, if they were catering to India or they were, promoting ROH. This one felt like a show that they know their direction going into the big show.
Yes. Put the cocaine down, pick up a booking sheet, and get to work.
Exactly. All right, Jimmy. What was your match of the night?
Dax. Full stop. I assume somebody else is there, but Dax.
I'm gonna go Dax versus Cole. That was just a great matchup. Also, Negro Buck agrees with you. We got an 8.5 out of 10 from Negro Buck, a thumbs up from the Negro Buck, thumbs up from Annika. We also got a 9 out of 10 from Kid Get Money. Fair enough. Slam and Sammy Joe says, I'm going 10. Top 5 episode of Dynamite this year.
I think it's May. That's not a 10.
Bills Mafia says 9.3 out of 10. Francis Wells says 8 out of 10. ALW says I got a thumbs up and a 9 out of 10. This is the last call for super chats, but keep putting those ratings. Keep your match of the night, your MVP, LVP in the live chat as well. Frantic World says match of the night, Jeff versus Darby and Adam versus Dax. So he's going co-match of the night. MVP.
Oh, fucking cop out.
MVP.
I'm going to go. Shit. Hello. I'm gonna go with MJF. Actually, I was thinking about giving it to Smart Mark, but I'll give it to MJF.
It's like Smart Mark was all over the show. Why not? I'm gonna go co-MVP of MJF. And Jeff surprised me getting the win here. So I'm going with Jeff in that car crash match. That was great.
You missed Darby. Almost broke Darby's spine.
Okay, I'll go co-MVP of MJF, Jeff Hardy, and Darby Allin. A three-way MVP because they all deserve it for that one. LVP, who you got, Jimmy?
I don't want to do this. Yeah, I can't give the Punk. He had a great promo. The Buckshot Larry, good lord. I don't think I have one. No, you know what? Jeff Hardy.
I thought you were
Miss Darby.
I thought you were gonna go Hookhausen.
No, because I love them getting squashed. I'm gonna go with Jeff Hardy because you missed Darby and you won a match you shouldn't have won. Jeff.
So mean. I'm gonna agree with Negro Buck, Smart Mark for getting his ass kicked. Because I can't really give it to anyone else. Really, I thought that everybody fit their roles perfectly in the show. This was a fun show all around. We got some MVP votes for Hookhausen as well, and we got one final super chat donation here from Alan Weinstein saying villain of the night, Batman.
Bills Mafia and AEW and CM have been on one this episode. I'm losing my mind. I see the kid is there, so I'm going to keep all derogatory comments to myself. I'm going to say I disagree with what you're saying, and
strongly,
and that will be the end of it.
No, you know what? You're right. Smart Mark was all over the show. I can't give him LVP, so I'll go with Annika. I'll give it to Ty, Sammy, and Frankie Kazarian.
But Sam, I totally forgot about Frankie Kazarian. Your blog, so shoot, hip.
All right, so that is all for our review of AEW Dynamite this week. Jimmy, let the people know where they can find you. Tell them about your comic book, everything that you got going on, sir.
At Jimmy Macram on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, comic book at jimmymacram.com. Oh, there it is. That's a really cool picture. Art did a great job. Yeah, that's it. Thank you all.
Always gotta show love, and check out the Jimmy Macram YouTube channel. Myself and him do reaction and reviews of Ozark season 4 part 2. We're gonna be starting. We do Moon Knight. We're about halfway through that, about to finish up that. So a lot of great stuff over on the Jimmy Macram YouTube channel, and we got our reaction from Dynamite here, and the fans have spoken 47% with 9 out of 10. Jimmy,
you know, not crazy. We'll give a pass this week.
Of course, guys, remember to drop a thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family. Of course, hit the subscribe button for more True Hill Heat content. You had earlier this week our WWE WrestleMania Backlash Roundtable review with myself and Romeo, breaking down the action from WWE's last premium live event. You had Rated Raw Superstars with the fallout from WrestleMania Backlash. You had NX3, our highest viewed NX3 of all time, with Ladies Night, with all the ladies in all 6 matches. It's like the Earth 2 of AEW. It's like the exact opposite of AEW. There was 21 women on this show, so you guys must love that because you made this our most viewed NX3. You had last night our AEW Dynamite watch along. Later today, Fightful Overbooked, we got True Rewind episode 76. We have got a deal with myself and Romeo breaking down August 19, 1996 True Rewind. And then you got tomorrow, you got our New Japan Pro Wrestling Capital Collision preview and predictions with myself and Jay News. That's going to be up on the YouTube channel. Saturday night, you you got the Capital Collision Watch Along hosted by Romeo and the gang, watching New Japan Pro Wrestling from Washington, D.C. And then Saturday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time, True Hill Heat 175, myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and special guest Sat E. Nyangi from Wrestle Talk Podcast YouTube channel, talking about all the latest wrestling news and shows from the week. Whew. Lot to plug, lot to enjoy. I will see you, Jimmy, next Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. We hope you all join us there as well. One final comment that we will highlight here. Apparently, Randy Sam says, yo, SP3 and Jimmy, Sean Ross Sapp just tweeted that Trish is going to be the manager of Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey needs a manager, so.
What? Trish Stratus? I love Trish Stratus. She's an all-timer, but what?
She'll talk for Ronda. I mean, that works. That's the only thing Ronda. Yeah, that works.
Ronda's a heel?
No, Ronda's a babyface.
With a manager? Did she just come out and break arms? Like, why do we have to make this the whole thing?
Gotta talk as well. But remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll see you next week right here on AEWramble. For Jimmy, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 42. Leave Martha alone. We are signing off until next time.